What are natural flavors? Welcome back to the What is That Ingredient series where we decode ingredients together. So you're reading through the list of ingredients on your box of cereal and you run into natural flavors. This is the fourth most common ingredient in processed foods according to the Environmental Working Group, or EWG for short. My first thought was, well, at least it's better than artificial flavors, but is that the case? Well, we do know that natural flavors have to initially be extracted from an organic material like a plant or an animal. So scientists are extracting the chemicals from these natural sources in the lab. But in the process of creating the flavors that are then added to our food, there are many synthetic solvents, emulsifiers, flavor modifiers, preservatives, and processing aids that are used. These can actually make up to 80 to 90% of the mixture. So when it comes down to it, artificial and natural flavors can be almost exactly the same. The only exception is natural flavors found in organic products, and this is because there's stricter regulations and guidelines under organic standards. So why are flavorings like this used in the first place? Of course, it's being used to make our food taste better, but it's also being used to make our food more addictive. Take a look at this clip from 60 Minutes where they talk about the extraction process of natural flavors and how it's used to make it more addictive so consumers eat more.
They extract its flavor molecules from the fruit on the tree. Then back in the lab, they mimic Mother Nature's molecules with chemicals.
In our fruit flavors, we're talking about we want, a burst in the beginning and maybe a finish that doesn't linger too much so that you want more of it.
And you don't want a long linger because you're not going to eat more of it if it lingers.
But that suggests something else,
Exactly.
which is called addiction.
Exactly.
You're trying to create an addictive taste.
It's a good word.
Another reason is that the chemicals that make up an orange, for instance, can be volatile. So when orange juice is being pasteurized, the chemicals that make it taste the way it tastes can evaporate or degrade. That's why natural flavors are oftentimes added back into the juice to make it feel like we're drinking fresh orange juice when that isn't the case. So should you be concerned? Well, the answer is we don't know. We don't eat very much of it in quantity, but a lot of the chemicals that are used to create natural flavors are not even approved by the FDA. Instead of being approved by the FDA, many of these products fall under what is known as the GRAS, or generally recognized as safe designation, and this is a legal loophole that allows an expert or a company to designate a product as safe. But these can be experts or companies that do have conflicts of interest. GRAS designation doesn't mean that the product has to be widely studied or approved by the FDA. What it means is the only people who can really attest to the safety of the product are the people at the company itself, which is questionable at best. As a result, there's been a lot of calls from public health groups to try and reform this process and gain more transparency in labeling. If you do want to avoid artificial or natural flavors, be sure to read the ingredients or opt for organic options if that's a possibility. What ingredient would you like to know about next? Let us know in the comments below.